Welcome students. Lots of students have started writing the question answers of the chapters and the poem that we have completed. So today we will be discussing the question answers of chapter number 1, The Fun They Had. The first question is, how old was Margie and Tommy? So you might remember in the chapter, in the text also you can take the help of the text specially to write down the answers, that she was 11 years and Tommy was about some 13 years old. Next question is, what did Margie write in her diary? What did she write? So the chapter also begins with that date had been given 17th May 2157, and she had written in the diary that she found today Tommy had found a real book. Third question, had Margie ever seen a book before? So had she seen a book before? No, she had seen it for the first time. She had only been introduced to the mechanical teacher that she had at home. So she had never seen a real book in her life. Question number 4. What things about the book did she find strange? What were the strange things that she found? First of all, that the it was old, yellow, pages crinky, and the words in the book didn't move as usually they moved on the computer screen. So this was something new for her. Question number 5. What do you think a telebook is? Now, what is the meaning of a telebook? It is just a type of a telebook, we can say, which is stored in a computer, which can be displayed on a screen. Students read just like what you are doing right now. Something like that. Question number 6 is, where was Margie's school? Did she have any classmates? So where was the school? Obviously there were no schools at that time. It was in her own home, near her bedroom. And how did she learn? She learned herself. Everything she had to do by herself. Question number 7. What subject did Margie and Tommy learn? Which were the subjects? So Margie was learning geography and arithmetic, and Tommy was learning history and arithmetic. Now we come to the section 2. Answer the following with the reference of the story. Now those are the original quoted words. I won't throw it away. Now this is the word is given to you, and 3 questions are given. Only you have to answer through this line. So I wouldn't throw it away. The first question is, who says these words? Do you remember who said these words? It was Tommy who said these words. Second question is, what does it refer to? It means what? So it was referred to the book that they had found. Third is, where does it refer? And that is done. What is being compared with by the speaker? Means the word it is compared to what? So the speaker, the person who is speaking, that is Tommy, is comparing it with the tele book. Is comparing it with the tele book. Next line, number 2. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher, it was a man. So what do you think about it? Who does they refer here? Means they are talking about they. Who is that they? They refers to the people about what they are talking about, who lived long back. In the beginning we had done that. Grandfather's grandfather had the book, means they are talking about the old school days, and they refer to the old people who were there a very long time ago. What does regular mean here? There is a word regular. What does that regular mean here? Regular refers to the teacher that they are having at the present time. That was that mechanical teacher. They are referring to the mechanical teacher. So regular refers to the mechanical teacher. Next question is, what is it contrasted? Contrasted means actually meaning opposite. So what is it contrasted with? Means that mechanical teacher is contrasted with whom? The mechanical teacher is contrasted with the human teacher that they had during long time back. So that is compared with him. That is the contrast, being opposite. Now we come to the third section. Answer each of the questions in short paragraph about 30 words. So the first question, that is, what kind of teacher did Margie and Tommy have? What kind of teacher did they have? So we know, we have done it right now also, that they had a mechanical teacher. Everything was displayed on the screen. The teacher himself was, means the mechanical teacher was at their own home. He was not a real human being that gave them tests, homeworks, they had to submit, they had to do all that work. Next is, now the second question. Why did Margie's mother send for the county inspector? Send means, why did she call him? What was the reason? Do you remember? She had called the county inspector because there was a problem with Margie's geography test. She was doing really bad in that test, and that's why the county inspector had been called to solve the problem. That what was the problem? That she is scoring less marks day by day. So that's why the mother called the county inspector. Third question: what did he do? Now, what did the county inspector do? So we have done in the lesson that the geography section had been a bit more than the level of the girl that the girl studied. So it had geared up, means it was running at a more speed as it was required. So the mother had called the county inspector, and he had solved the problem by fixing the speed of the mechanical teacher. Next is, why was Margie doing badly in geography? Why was Margie doing badly in geography? What did the county inspector do to help? This question is also related to the same question. That why was she doing badly? Because the geography section had geared too quickly, and she was not being able to understand better, and her marks were, she was getting less and less marks through that, and she was not performing well. She was not being able to understand also, and the test also she was doing very badly. And what did the county inspector do? He actually repaired and got the mechanical teacher to work according to her age, according to her speed. Next question is, what had once happened to Tommy's teacher? Do you remember what had happened? Once Tommy's teacher, it was in the lesson, that had some problem in it, and the mechanical teacher was taken away for some repairing for nearly a month. For a month, the mechanical teacher was taken away because the history section of Tommy, mechanical teacher, had blanked out. It is written in the text. Blanked out means it had totally stopped working. So they needed a complete repair for it. Next question is, did Margie have regular days and hours for the school? If so, why? Did she have the days and hours for the school? Margie actually studied at home in front of a mechanical teacher, but she had regular days and hours every day because the mother insisted that she should learn a bit every day, then she would learn better. Next question is, did Tommy have regular days of the school? That is done. Next, 7. How does Tommy describe the old kind of school? Now, how did Tommy describe the old kind of school? How did he give more information to the girl about the old kind of school? Then he says that those schools were very different from what they are studying right now. During the old time, they had special buildings there. Children went to study to those special buildings every day. Then they laughed every day, shouted, played in the school playground, and taught, and the student and teachers taught them in the class. All the students were to sit together, and they were taught together. They were given homework. They could talk about the homework. They could discuss about the homework. They could go to school together, have fun. All this was about the old kind of school. 8. How does Tommy describe the old kind of school? How does he describe the old kind of school? And how does he describe, means something more about it is that the old kind of schools, they had real teachers, not the mechanical teachers, but real. And he had used the word in the text. And there was a man who used to teach. So there were human teachers, real teachers, those who were teach. Uh, they did not teach students by going to their own home. They used to teach in a school that was known as a building where all these students went, the teachers, everyone was there. The teachers used to teach all the students all together in a bunch, just like a class that we have, and they were given lots of homework too. So, this was the explanation about it. Now we come to the fourth section. Answer each of the questions in 2 or 3 paragraph, 100 to 150 words. Now these are the only questions which are a bit lengthy ones. So these are the long answers, but only 3 of them. The first one is, what are the main features of the mechanical teacher and the school rooms that Margie and Tommy have in the story? Means, what are the of the mechanical teacher? How are the mechanical teachers? How are the schools that Margie and Tommy actually attended? Then here is first of all that they had, again. This is just a revision, again and again. The same questions are a bit repeated. They had a mechanical teacher. They had to sit in a special room in their own house, nowhere else. They had to not to go anywhere else, but in their own home. It was the school for them, and they had to sit at a place in front of a huge screen. They had to read through or study through the telebook that was referred to as a big screen. And the mechanical teacher always gave them test. There was a special slot where they had to put the homework, the test paper. The mechanical teacher himself calculated and checked those and gave them the result. They had to write in a word was used in the text, a punch code. They had to write a punch code, which also they had to learn because it was something new, not writing the test or exam papers like we do with a pen. They used a punch code. By the codes the teacher actually calculated and gave them the result. Then Tommy had was taken. We can even add that what had happened that Tommy, the once the history section again had been blanked out, his teacher was taken away for a month. At that time, Tommy was totally free, was enjoying. The girl thought that when the teacher, even for her, if she is lucky, then her mechanical teacher would also be taken for a long time, but that didn't happen. The teacher actually repaired it. And they had in old time schools, they had printed books, human teachers, which these students Margie and Tommy did not have. The next question is, why did Margie hate school? Why did she think the old kind of school must have been fun? Now, what was the fun about in old kind of schools, which the Tommy and Margie were lacking right now? Means, what was better in the old kind of school as compared to their mechanical school, that they were a mechanical teacher, and the school that they were attending at the home? So from this we can say that first of all, she had to every day submit her homework. She had to give the test through the punch code. There was a special slot in the mechanical teacher where she had to submit her paper and all. And the problem was in the geography section, when the geography section, it was giving her test after test in the geography section, and she was not performing well because it was geared too fast, and she was getting test after test, and she was unable to work through according to the mechanical teacher. The old school, and she says that the old schools must have been fun because all this, again the same answer, that there was a special building, all the children came there, laughed, played, had fun, enjoyed. They all sat together. A human being came, a human teacher, man came in the class. They taught the same subject and same thing to all the students, and the students could later on discuss and take help of one another by exchanging their homework, by discussing their question answers. So they had this chance, but this in Margie and Tommy's time, they never had that kind of facility, or they never had that kind of school. And the last question is, do you agree with Margie that schools today are more fun than the schools in the story? Give reason for your answer. Why were the schools of old days more fun than compared to the schools which Margie and Tommy were going through? Then again, the repetition that today's school were those, there was no doubt that we can say that the schools were more fun. Why? Because again, the same thing, the human teachers came there, they taught them, they understood students, the students could ask any questions, any doubts, then they would get the solution about it. They were free to ask, they were free to, and the human teacher could explain them, could repeat them if they did not understand. They understand all the children, that all the children were not having the same intelligence. The few students were weak, so the human teacher understood that they should work according to those teachers, to those students, give help the weaker ones so that they can perform better than the teachers were human beings. So they had, they could show their love, emotion, the students also could show, the teachers also responded. That the this was lacking in the mechanical teacher because it was just a screen, it never showed any kind of love or affection to the students. Then the, if the students are not paying attention, then the teacher in the real classroom could guide them and bring them back to the class if their minds were roaming somewhere outside. But in this front of the mechanical teacher, the mechanical teacher keeps on going just like a television. If the student is not sitting there, then too it would go on and it would just complete its lesson. That was not possible during that time. And in the old days, they used to laugh, have fun, go to school, and enjoy everything. But in front of the mechanical teacher, they had no chance to do all those things. So, as compared, we can say that the old kind of schools were better, and there were lots of other things which the students could do in the old kind of school, in the olden day schools. So, this is the answer for that. Now, for the first chapter we have done, you will find out all the answers. Don't worry about the answers. You can find out all the answers in the text. They are very easy answers, no need to be afraid of. You can just read the text and you can get the answers from the text. Now we'll begin the we had not discussed the poem section also, question answers. Poem, the second was the, actually the first poem, but the second chapter was the poem number 1, Road Not Taken, by Robert Frost. So that also we have done. We discussed the question answers. Where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? Where did the traveler find himself and what problem did he face? What was the problem that he faced? Now, where did he find himself? He found himself diverged between the two roads. Means we know that there were two roads, they were diverging, and the traveler was in middle of them, thinking to choose which road, where to go, because he couldn't travel on both the roads. He had to make a choice and to travel only one, and that was the choice that he had to make, on which road shall I travel and on which road shall I go. And he had decided to travel, means both the roads were actually worn out, because he says that at least both the roads were used previously. So this is the answer for the first question. Now in the second, discuss what these phrases means to you. Now there are special poetic words are used here. We have to give just the meaning. The word is yellow wood. Why does there is no yellow wood? But it is actually a poetic expression, and it might be the season when when the leaves turn yellow, and the leaves turn yellow. When is it? It is in the autumn season. The leaves turn yellow and they fall off. So the yellow woods is, maybe it is autumn season and all the leaves have turned yellow. That's why he has used that word. It was grassy and wanted wear. What does that mean? Means not many people might not have walked on that road. So there was the grass had grown on that road. If you don't use a road, a path, then slowly the grass starts growing. And if you continuously people walk, the grass does not grow. So wanted where. Next is third one, the passing there. What does it mean, the passing there? It is actually referred to those people who used that road, who used to walk on that road. So it is written passing there, means walking through that road. You have to just write these phrases, these answers just in short, as I am saying. No need to give any long description about it, because you have to just give the meaning of those words. So no need of any other thing. Next is leaves no step had trodden black. Leaves no step had trodden black means the fallen, those leaves which had fallen actually had been crushed by people walking on it. When people had walked on that road, the leaves had been crushed, means broken down. Fifth one, how way leads to way. How way leads to way means how uh, a road is, or a path is connected to other. That is the choices that we make in our life. We keep on moving. We have done that in lecture with the complete explanation also. You can go through the lecture again to get the better meaning. The third one, is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them? Is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them in stanza 2 and 3? Is there any difference? Okay, the roads were, both the roads were okay for him, but when he thought for a while, he thought that the second one was a bit more better than the previous one, because it seemed that not much people had walked on that road, very few people had gone through that road, uh, and the poet later on decides that he should go through that road only, that second road which he had decided. He wanted to travel on the road on which other very few people had traveled. That is means the way of making choice. The poet had seen that, he knew that from one way it will lead to another. What we had done just now, that way leads to way, that if he'll go through that road, later on that road will again divert somewhere, and that will lead him somewhere else, and again that the journey will continue. Next is question in this second portion, third, in the two lines, in the last two lines of the poem. What are the meaning of the last two lines of the poem? I told you when I explained that those are very interesting lines. The last two lines in the were close to the road had less traveled by. As the poet says that for what he had, now what he had become in his life was due to the decision that he had taken to travel through the road which was less traveled. Means he had made a choice, he was standing there, and he had made a choice to travel through the road on which few people had traveled. And today what he is, what he has become, is due to that decision which he took long way in the past, and he had decided that he should go through that road, because he knew that he will never get a chance to come back and to travel the other. So the road which he traveled and the decision that he made, that was the result that what he is today. Next question number 4. What do you think the last two lines of the poem mean? See again, looking back, does the poet regret his choice or accept it? Again, this is just a repetition of the previous question. But the thing is that, does he regret? Regret means we say in Gujarati, pachhtao. Does he regret that he had taken that road? And is he thinking that it would have been better if he had taken the next road and not traveled through this road? This is the meaning of the question, that regret. So in this poem, again, we say that because of his choice, he had taken to the travel to the other road. He had become what he is today. He had taken the decision to travel through the second road, and that has made all the difference in his life. So what he is, again the same thing, what he is today, what he has become today, is due to that decision that he took on that day while traveling, that he would travel by the less traveled road. And today whatever he has become, whatever he is due to that decision that he took by traveling to the other road. Now, there are two questions. Next one. Have you ever had to make a difficult choice, or do you think you will have difficult choices to make? How will you make the choice? For what reason? See, now this question directly does not come from the poem. This is, see, actually it is the question itself says, have you ever? So this question, as far as it is concerned, it is up to you. You have to write it according to yourself, because I cannot give you the answer, because that choice will be mine. So every one of you have a different choice. You can think for yourself independently, and you can write down the answer. That, have you ever made a difficult choice in your life? If you have made, you can say yes. And if you have not made, you can even say no. Don't worry. Do you think you will have difficult choices to make? That is also up to you. See, these all answers differ from student to student. That's why you have to write it by your own. Difficult choices to make. Then too, if you say yes, I had made lots of difficult choices, or not, how will you make the choice? For what reason? What reason will you make choice? For your career, for the path that you will choose to go on when you will complete your studies, say after 10th, after 11th, 12th, after that, what you will do? That will be up to you. So this question you will have to write by your own words. Whatever you think, you can think for yourself and give the answer. So don't worry about this answer also. Next and the last question is, after you have made a choice, do you always think about what might have been, or do you accept the reality? Means, once you made a choice that I'm going to do this, then after that you made a choice, do you accept the reality? Will you accept the reality what might have been, or do you accept the reality? Then again, this question is also addressed to you. Again, it is written after you have made, so it is up to you. You have made the choice. Do you always think about what might have been? Means, if you have made a choice, and if you take science and later on you keep on studying and you go to that section of the your career, then did you make that choice real, or do you accept the reality? Yes, I made and I am happy with that. Or can it be in a negative sense that, oh, if I had made this choice today, I would have been this, I made a wrong choice and I wanted to be this, but actually today I could not be that because I had made a choice during that time. So did you achieve your goal or not? Or all whatever you needed in life, did you were a failure or you were successful? That is, this again, these two questions are up to you. You can write down the answers according to what you think. So don't worry about these two answers. Just whatever comes to your mind, whatever you think, you can write, because they are addressed to you. So this, all the answers will vary from student to student. What the answers? Now this is the discussion that we did. The discussion we had not done previously, so we have done. If you have any doubt, you can refer to the previous videos of this poem, as well as the first lesson, the fun they had. Again, you can just listen and watch to those videos. You can take the help of the text also. Then you will be able to find out the answers very easily. Still you have a doubt, you can just message me on my number. Okay, I don't think there will be much doubt. Thank you very much. Keep on studying, keep on writing, stay home, stay safe, and do please write down these answers in your fair book. Now, from the next lesson, as I had submitted the Sound of Music Part 1, now we will do one thing. As soon as we complete the chapter, we will discuss it on that very day, so that you may not have problem about writing it again. So these were the two chapters were left. That's why we have done it now. The chapter that I had finished yesterday, the Sound of Music, I have discussed those question answers in that very lecture only. So you can, if you've seen the watch the entire lecture, you will get the answers in itself only. Thank you very much.